we have details of title match plans for AEW All In, plus a long-standing WWE departure has been confirmed, and another released WWE talent is back. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Just days away from the biggest wrestling weekend of the gosh darn year, Fraser Porter.
It's huge. It's packed to the brim of lots of wrestling. Literally, when one show stops, another one is just beginning. And one of the biggest shows this weekend is All In. And it's got, it's got a new title match. We expected this match to be on there. We expected there was going to be a Trios Championship match, but it's been confirmed who's actually going to be in that match now. Now, Fightful Select reporting that the Death Riders member Pac is currently sidelined. So instead, Gabe Kidd's going to take his place alongside Wheeler Yuta, alongside Claudio Castagnoli to take on Samoa Joe, Will Hobbs, and Shibata. It's a pretty big match.
It's a huge deal. Now, Fightful Select say this is something that's been in the works for a bit because Pac has been known to be injured for some time. And like you say, this is the match that was going to somehow get some love on the show. But with obviously Moxley in the main event, you need somebody to sub in as part of the Death Riders. I think Gabe Kidd is a great shout for that.
He is a great shout. My only asterisk next to that, and it's it's Gabe Kidd's character. For months and months in New Japan, he was like, I hate AEW. It is rubbish, man. I don't like it. I want to stay in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It's like he's here.
And then he's gone to AEW, and now he's part of the big storyline. It doesn't make sense for his character, for me, personally.
I would argue.
I do like him, though. I think he's great.
No, I do. I think he's amazing. And, he's a guy that's been on the scene for so long.
Yeah.
It's nice to see him getting his flowers. I would argue that he's with the Death Riders, who also don't like AEW. So I guess storyline-wise, there is some semblance of connection there.
Yeah. I hope that there is a landing point for him coming out of this. He's not a full-time member of AEW as far as we know right now. I would like to see him land there eventually full-time because he is such a great talent. He just feels a little bit odd to me in this storyline. However, having said that, I'm very, very excited to see this match. I'm very, very hyped for it, and I'm very excited to see the entire show because it feels like we're at this point. Everything's coming, they've been firing on all cylinders in my mind for the past few months. They're getting to this finishing point, and this is part of that final push to get Hangman that title and to get, obviously, with the Ops are the current champions, but just to solidify that the baby faces are back on top in AEW, and I'm very excited to see that this weekend.
I've enjoyed the build for All In Texas. It's been one of the stronger builds for an All In a while, and that includes the shows in London, which were somewhat in comparison rushed to get to the finish line. This one feels like it's had some room to breathe, and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah. And so all culminates this weekend on Sunday or Saturday, as Mercedes Moné accidentally said on Dynamite last night. She accidentally said the show was on Sunday and Saturday. Sorry, I got it the wrong way
Saturday.
around.
Yeah,
I got it the wrong way around then. I did a Mercedes.
You've done a Mercedes.
Oh,
one thing I'm very, very excited is to bring the boom.
Oh!
He's back. Big Boom AJ is coming back to AEW this weekend on Saturday for the All In 0 Hour. Now, he announced this on social media. I love the fact that they're on the 0 Hour just because it does get the crowd hyped.
Yeah, that's a great show.
They bring the boom. It's him. He's going to be there with the Rizzler. He's going to be there with Big Justice. I hope the Rizzler just does the Riz face, does all the...
I hope he does the Riz face.
I hope he does
it's the main thing he does.
It's a big pop, though, when he does it. And it's every 2 minutes. And it's just constant big boom bops.
And they're taking on the Don Callis family. Big Boom AJ has called out any member, all members even, of the Don Callis family to a showdown at 0 Hour. We don't know how this is going to shape up yet. Possibly a trios match of some sort. Get a few...
Maybe, I'm trying to
Paul White in there.
No, just have Big Boom AJ, Big Justice, and then the Rizzler facing Takeshita. We'll have Takeshita. We'll have maybe Don Callis in there himself. Just a range of people. Just have the Rizzler take them all down with the Riz face. It's like when Danhausen curses them. He just does the Riz face and they tremble in fear.
7 stars all the way around. Over to WWE, where we saw a goodbye behind the scenes yesterday. Somebody who's been with the company for 15 years finally leaving.
Yes, one Scott Stanford has left the company. It feels like he has been there forever. Like, for as long as I remember it in WWE, he's been there. Like, obviously, I watched well before he joined, but like, I'm like, oh, of course he was there. Of course he was there.
He's just always been
He's always been there. It's Scott Stanford. It looks like he has the party now. He posted a video on Twitter. He received a standing ovation, a round of applause as he left. And he said, when you walk out of the studio on your last day, WWE, 15-year run, nothing but love. Hope to make it back one day.
Now, when I first saw that video, I thought, Scott Stanford's doing that Jennifer Hudson thing.
Yeah, I thought it was
like,
as well.
Scott Stanford. Oh, he's been let go.
Has he been let go? Has he just decided to leave the company?
Well, the fact that he says he hopes to make it back one day doesn't suggest that it was completely his call.
Maybe I assumed when I saw that he was getting a round of applause and he was like, last day in WWE after a 15-year run, my assumption is he's off to try other things, and maybe because WWE, they always like to tout, hey, it's a family, we're all one big family. Maybe he'll be back one day, but yeah, maybe he's off to try it. 15 years is a long time in one job.
He was a host of the network pre-shows back in 2016. He was an announcer on Superstars. He hosted This Week in WWE. So all sorts of little jobs. But I think as the years have gone on, these shows have disappeared. So his role has diminished. So, you know what? We'll keep an eye on Scott Stanford. All the best to you, my friend. Meanwhile, another WWE talent coming back. So we had a bunch of releases just a few months ago. R-Truth being sort of the headline of that one. And he was brought back within a week or so, straight into a main event feud.
6 days later, and he was back on the show. It was something like that. Or
something like
10 days later.
But another one's back now.
Yes, indeed. So Bodyslam.net is reporting that Shayna Baszler, who was released back on May 2nd, is now back with the company in some capacity. Specifically, she was listed as a producer on NXT this week, alongside Chris Gerard. Now, me and Aidan, editor-in-chief of Cultaholic.com, check out his work on there, was like, who's Chris Gerard? It's only Oney Lorcan. So not only, she's shadowing Oney Lorcan as a producer, working on that match. Now, she worked specifically on the Kalani Jordan and Lainey Reed match. She was a producer for that one. Basically, what the producer does, helps put the match together.
And Oney Lorcan went through a similar thing with WWE where he was released and then came back in a backstage producer position. Yeah. So it looks like Shayna Baszler is doing the same thing. It comes just not long after Thunder Rosa spoke about Shayna Baszler on Busted Open Radio, and it was very complimentary of her work, and it seemed to think she would have been a good fit for AEW, which doesn't seem to be happening now.
No, it looks like she will be staying at WWE, and it could have been a trial. We don't know like how much she's going to be brought in to do producing at this point in her career, although she still has so much to give in the ring. I think this is a great natural progression for her. She was never going to be used again in a major position in WWE with how things are booked right now. Having her as a producer, passing on the knowledge and expertise that she's got to these younger talents in NXT, why wouldn't you want that on your company, on your brands, and in your trainings? Like, it just makes a lot of sense. So hopefully we see more of this. We see Shayna pop up in NXT, like to do a player coach type of deal.
That'd be really cool.
Stay in NXT.
Like Timothy Thatcher's doing in Evolve at the moment.
Yeah, but in NXT, have her training them, but also working them on the shows just to give a little bit more prestige, a little bit of, as Ross would say, spice.
A little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice.
A little bit of spice. We got spicy yesterday, myself, this gentleman, and sweet Yorkshire tea himself, Andrew Dingle. We did 9 pitches for Evolution. And it was a wild 9 pitches. One person said the best 9 pitches ever.
Yeah, I would agree. I'm going to second that. So 2 people have said that now. I was on it, but 2 people have said that now. There's cars, there's title changes, and there's Penta versus Chelsea,
which Chelsea Green approved.
So maybe that'll happen.
Chelsea Green has approved of a 9 pitches pitch that features Chelsea Green.
And it's not what we want to happen, it's what we think is going to happen.
100%.
So that's going to happen. Now check out Evolution pitches on the channel right now.
Go check it out. If you're Triple H, go check it out and then do it, you coward. And for the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.